There are places in the world that seem to exist outside time, untouched, unhurried, and unspoiled. The kind of places where silence doesn't just exist, it breathes. Luxury islands belong to that category. Private paradises where the line between earth and heaven blurs. The water glows in shades of turquoise and glassy emerald. The sand feels like powdered silk, and the air is heavy with salt and stillness. These are not resorts. They are sanctuaries, hidden far from the mainland, far from noise, far from consequence. They exist for the rare few who can afford the price of solitude, for those who have conquered every empire, yet crave the quiet of the sea. Here wealth takes a different form, not in diamonds or gold, but in silence, in air, in unbroken horizon. A luxury island is not something you visit. It's something you inherit, an experience designed for those who have outgrown the ordinary. Access is never easy because perfection is never convenient. The only way in is through private jet, helicopter, or yacht, each one gliding across a horizon where the sky melts into the ocean. The arrival is theatrical but silent. No crowds, no noise, just the hum of engines fading into the wind. As the yacht approaches the dock, staff members stand in linen uniforms waiting barefoot on the sand. They smile softly, not in service but in respect. For here, you are not a customer. You are a guest of the elements. Every structure on a luxury island seems born, not built. Villas blend with palm groves and coral cliffs. They curve with the coastline, never daring to interrupt it. Roofs are thatched from native grass, walls made from stone carved by local craftsmen. Wood gleams under the sun, teak, mahogany, and driftwood polished by salt air. Glass walls erase boundaries between inside and out. Every corner captures the sea, the sky, and the softness in between. There is no border between luxury and nature. They merge like tide and sand, creating something that feels infinite. This is architecture that breathes. When the elite arrive, they are received like family returning home. There are no check-ins, no forms, no front desks, just quiet smiles and gestures rehearsed to perfection. The villa has already memorized them. The preferred fragrance, the temperature of their room, the type of wine that should be chilled, the view they love most. Their clothes are unpacked before they even realize. The staff moves like ghosts, seen only through kindness. It's not service, it's prediction. The art of luxury lies in knowing what the guest desires before they do. Inside these villas, comfort has no limits. The ceilings rise like cathedral arches, light cascading through sheer linen curtains. The bed faces the horizon. Every morning begins with a sunrise so perfect it feels deliberate. The sound of waves replaces clocks and time ceases to matter. Bathrooms open to private gardens with warm stone tubs, petals floating on still water. When you walk barefoot, the floor is neither cold nor hot, and it feels alive. Technology hides inside elegance. Invisible sound systems, glass that changes opacity, climate control that responds to movement. Everything works perfectly, but nothing interrupts the calm. Meals here are not scheduled. They unfold with the day's rhythm. Breakfast might appear on the deck with sunrise, papaya, coconut water, and warm bread. Lunch may be served under the shadow of a palm tree. Dinner could happen at a place the guest doesn't expect. A table built directly on the sand, candles flickering against the wind, stars scattered across the ocean's reflection. The chef doesn't cook for a menu. He cooks for a mood. Every flavor tells a story. Saffron from Morocco, sea bass caught an hour ago, honey from the island's own hives. Nothing tastes rushed. Everything feels personal. Luxury islands redefine leisure. There are no activities, only moments. Morning yoga on the jetty, meditation under banyan trees, spa rituals using oils distilled from native plants. The adventurous explore coral gardens with divers who understand silence as deeply as the sea. Others choose simplicity, reading in hammocks, walking barefoot on cool sand, or simply watching rain dissolve into the ocean. The purpose of time here is not to fill it, it's to feel it. When evening falls, the transformation begins. The horizon fades into fire, the sea becomes glass, and the first stars appear above the palms. The island glows softly. Torches line the pathways, infinity pools shimmer under moonlight, and tables are set in places that weren't there an hour ago. Every dinner feels like a ceremony. The conversation is low, the laughter measured, the wine aged perfectly. There's no music except the rhythm of waves and the distant sound of a violin. Every night here feels like the world has paused to breathe. The staff operates with a kind of invisible genius. They move like reflections and present but never seen. Their footsteps leave no trace. Their voices rarely break the quiet. Rooms are cleaned when guests walk by the shore. Flowers are replaced before they wilt. A towel folded differently signals a mood. More ocean, less light, softer music. Every detail is a message written in subtlety. This is the highest level of luxury, when human care becomes as natural as the wind. The guests who own or visit these islands come not for entertainment but for escape. Politicians, royals, artists, innovators, people whose lives are defined by sound. Here they come to disappear, to wake up without meetings, to dine without audience, to be reminded of something money can't buy, solitude that feels sincere. Some meditate, some paint, some simply breathe. They arrive as leaders, but here they are just people again, barefoot, sun-touched and free. Owning a private island is more than wealth. It's legacy. The ultra-rich treat these places as personal worlds. They build villas for generations to come, plant palm trees in memory of loved ones, and carve their names into coral stones not as signatures, but as promises. Sustainability is not a trend here, it's duty. Solar panels hide behind dunes. Desalination plants run silently, and waste disappears through systems that respect the earth. Luxury in its truest form doesn't destroy nature. It learns to coexist with it beautifully. Night on a luxury island is sacred. The wind slows, the stars sharpen, and the sea glows faintly under the moon. The villas, scattered across the shore, flicker like lanterns floating in time. A single flute may play somewhere in the distance. Guests lie on decks watching galaxies drift across water, their hearts quiet, their breaths aligned with the tide. It's a silence that speaks not emptiness but fullness. This is the sound of success learning humility. Dawn arrives gently. Light seeps through the curtains, coloring the room in gold. The scent of fresh coffee mingles with sea air. Birds skim the surface of calm water. Staff moves silently, placing trays of fruit and croissants on the terrace. You step out barefoot, the sand cool and perfect under your feet. The world feels clean again. In that stillness, you realize the truth of luxury. It isn't about having more. It's about needing less. When it's time to leave, departure feels like a dream fading. The bags are packed invisibly, the yacht already waiting at the dock. There's no checkout, no transaction, only gratitude. A small gift rests in your hand, a coral stone, a bottle of island fragrance, a handwritten note that says, "The island waits for you." As the boat pulls away, the sea folds around its path and the island grows smaller in the distance. You don't wave goodbye, because the real part of you never leaves. It stays behind, somewhere in the sound of waves and the memory of peace. And as you drift toward the horizon, you finally understand what the rich already know. Luxury isn't found in the noise of the world, but in the moments where the world itself falls silent.